Hi, I'm Dr. Tim Weir, and I gotta tell you, I love life. But when I'm not being a husband, a father, a grandfather, an author, or a practicing chiropractor, I'm the host of the television show, Loving Life with Dr. Tim Weir. I love to cook. I love to travel. I like to spend time with people who do what they love and love what they do. Join me and Elvis for the next 30 minutes as we help you discover how to love life. Hey, listen, my buddy Mark Victor Hansen once said, listen, if you're good at certain things but not so good at the other things, don't try to become good at the things you're not that good at. Become really good at what you're good at and pay somebody else to do the things you're not good at. So my guest this morning is Courtney Barbie from The Bookkeeper.
Yes.
I love that name, by the way.
Thank you.
Nice and easy. So talk to me, first of all, a little bit about Courtney. How did you get into all this?
Oh, well, like most 15-year-olds, I loved accounting. So I actually started interning with my father, who was a corporate CFO for 20 years.
Wow.
When I was 15, full-time every summer. Stayed at that company for 7 years, then went into governmental accounting for 3 years, and 5 years ago started doing small to mid-sized business bookkeeping and CFO.
So, but you understand what I was saying about, like, some people just have no interest, no idea how to do accounting.
No, most people, when they fall behind, they're going to drop the task they like the least first. And for almost every small business owner, it's their bookkeeping.
Yeah. So when we're talking about bookkeeping, what are we talking about?
Oh, goodness. Lots of exciting stuff. You know, like recording depreciation and entering expenses, paying your vendors, making sure payroll gets run, filing sales tax, all these fun things.
Okay, so here's somebody who has a small business.
Okay.
Okay. And honestly, on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, they probably spend that day at home trying to go through their books and everything else like that.
Right.
Payroll. Mm-hmm. So what you're telling me is that your service takes over the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday stuff so that they don't have to.
Right, only we actually keep up with it at minimum twice a week to monitor cash flows and make sure everything is very accurate and up to date.
Oh, wow. So one of the worst things is keeping up with the checkbook.
Yeah. Yeah, for some of our clients, we write those checks for them. We pay all their vendors. We do that for a lot of construction companies, you know, have a lot of vendors coming through.
Okay, so here's somebody, because honestly, it's hard enough with one employee, but you got 15, 20. What are you looking at as far as size, and what size business do you guys go after?
You know, I work with startups where it's just one person still doing a day job, and I work with companies who have 250 employees. So there's a pretty big range in there, but most people tend to be in that, you know, 10 to 50 employee range.
Sure. And so your gift is what I'll call it. Because that's a gift for a 15-year-old to want to do that. You understand that?
Or an obsession.
Yeah, but more of a gift. So your gift and ability then is to help keep them on the straight and narrow.
Right. I like rules, I like organization, I like processes, and most business owners like ideas and getting out and meeting people. So it's not always very congruent.
Well, and it's incredibly, both of them are incredibly important. Mm-hmm. But for the business owner, their forte, their real gift is getting out there and doing that stuff, not this stuff back here.
Right.
So you take a tremendous amount of stuff off of them to be able to do what they really love to do.
We try to, yeah.
Okay. So we're going to put your website up here.
Okay.
People can go there, figure out if something that they want to do, but I'm telling you, it's an amazing service that you've got.
Thank you.
Amazing. And I think you do a pretty good job at it.
All right, well, I appreciate that.
You do what you love and love what you do, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Check her out, Courtney Barbie, The Bookkeeper. How cool is that? Don't change the channel, we got more coming up.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications, with spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
Hey, I love people who go into business for themselves. You know, it's not as easy as people think. But I'm with Willie Hyman this morning from Greek Sneaks.
Yes, sir.
That is so cool, man. So talk to me a little bit about Greek Sneaks. First of all, where did that name come from?
Greek Sneaks was inspired, you know, just coming up with the company. My first product line is actually a boot. So I started thinking one day, you know, I'm making sneakers for Greeks, so why not make it Greek Sneaks, you know?
So, I mean, you're making sneakers.
Right, custom sneakers.
Shut up. I mean, telling me, what is it? Real shoes?
Yes, real shoes. I mean, actually how you would buy them out of the store, designed customly.
You're kidding me.
For the Greek market, which would include your fraternities and sororities.
So what is the shoe has then their emblem on it?
Yes, the shoe is personalized strictly to each individual as well as each organization.
You're kidding.
So I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, and pretty much all of the values and characteristics of Phi Beta Sigma would actually be engraved into that boot. So me specifically, I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. My chapter name would be Beta Xi. My line number would be number 2. My Greek name would be Ludicrous. I pledged in spring 2007. So that's pretty much a character. It's a boot that's personalized to an individual. So if I was to receive a boot with that information on it, I love it. It's me. That boot is me.
Now, when you say a boot, talk to me, just like...
It's actually the boots that we've been stepping in since the early 1900s. We would pretty much go to the military store and we would buy this boot. And once we buy this boot, we would always come back and we would spray paint it with all of the characteristics that I just named. But now what I've done is there is no more spray paint because, you know, spray paint, it cracks, it does all different, it chips. So now I've put in a process to where it's actually official shoe painting designs that are on the boot. And you don't have to go to the military surplus store anymore. I can actually deliver it right to you. You can buy the boot from me as well as I can customize it for you as well.
Okay, so this isn't just for somebody who's in school right now.
No.
You could actually go back, somebody who's graduated in 1971.
To the alumni.
Oh, wow. How awesome. I mean, seriously, this has to be the coolest idea, and you just came up with it?
No, I put a lot of time into it.
No, I know you did, but...
I'm a stepper, so I have a step team, and we travel around the world doing performances, and we do a lot of community service with the kids as far as, I mean, fraternities and sororities overall, their models are pretty much, you know, like my fraternity, culture, service, scholarship. And just with all of those different values, I mean, that's what it comes with. We work with the kids as far as the scholarship, as far as the mentoring, and doing those step shows, it taught me that fraternities and sororities are already wearing these boots. We have a process, which I just explained, and we don't have anything custom. And fraternities and sororities are so traditional that they don't really catch up to the trending things that's going on today. So I can kind of be the bridge, you know, I can bridge that gap to say, I'm gonna give you the innovative stuff that people are wearing today. You know, those boots that I'm manufacturing, they're custom because custom shoes is the big thing now. And again, to have a customized shoe, you know, to your organization, to your personality, that's wonderful for me.
It's wild. And
we step in those boots, we probate in those boots. I mean, we walk around with some fraternities, it's all about their boots. They go to war with those boots.
It's all about the boots, about the boots. You can use that if you need to.
That sounds pretty catchy.
How cool is that? Listen, go to his website, check it out. I think it's so awesome to do what you love and love what you do and be creative about it. Thank you for being with me.
Thank you for having me.
You're amazing, man. We'll be right back.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications, with spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Wow, we are going to have an interview here with Dawn Daria, Paul Miller from Flow Circus, and I have no idea where we're going with this, because this is going to be wild. Thank you for being with me.
Thanks for having us.
That was a good Jack Black face you got there. That was good.
You know, people said I should play his dad in a movie or something. Jack, if you're watching this, let's get together. So, let's talk about this Flow Circus thing. What is it?
I'll let you take that one.
Yeah, well, what we do is we use juggling tools and toys to engage people in play, and not for play's sake, although that would be plenty fine, but rather to create an opportunity for us to pay attention to how we learn new skills. And this creates an opportunity for us to take these lessons, this reflection space, and apply it to our business, our personal life, different areas of living.
Our background, Paul's an entertainer, a professional juggler. That's his background, and my background's an educator. So I was teaching in the school system and seeing what he was doing and realizing that we could have a big impact in a experiential, fun learning kind of way, but have a big impact at the same time.
So you're talking about businesses, schools?
We do some work with schools and libraries, but primarily professional development. So actually working with the teachers to help them develop a growth mindset and that type of thing. Yep.
Not so much the students, but the teachers.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
Those in leadership or whatever. Okay. Now you said something about personally. Do you do personal stuff with people too, or is it mainly just corporate business? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, we work with groups of people. You know, I personally teach lots of people to juggle, and I love sort of interacting one-on-one, but we mostly make our impact when we're working with teams that are trying to achieve an objective. They're learning how to play together. They're learning how to overcome obstacles together in a new way. And it's easy to sort of read manuals and read all these different philosophies, but by rooting that experience in actually just play, it really kind of frees up our cerebral and just allows us to get into the movement and emotion.
Because sometimes my cerebral feels really.
Yeah. I wouldn't guess that. I don't know. It seems like.
I mean, this is all cool, but what the world does juggling have to do with any of this? So, help me.
Okay, so you're trying to. Whoa! Hey, okay. See, now I can run a business. No.
I knew that one.
So what this allows us to do is problem solve. So it's not about the juggling, because you don't learn to juggle so that you can do this. This is not the end goal. It's just sort of a space to kind of learn a new trick. So you learn how to do this, and then you're like, okay, I want to learn that. And once you can learn that, then you learn this. And so it's sort of this continual process of growing and development and learning. And in that space, you learn how to learn better. In juggling terms, you learn how to do this, and you kind of figure out the problem solving that you need to do to kind of like move on. And so ideally, as you have experience, you get more efficient at learning juggling. Well, we can take that same process in whatever it is and apply it. So if you're working on developing a web and your website and you're using a new application, you know, there's going to be procedures that you got to go through. Well, the more that you do it and the more that you start to integrate yourself into these systems, the more you can start to apply, how did I learn this last piece? How can I take that experience and apply it to learning this next piece? And you become more and more efficient at learning. So it's really a platform to pay attention to how you learn and grow.
And to have conversations about it. So one of the things we don't like to do, and I know when I was learning to juggle, I didn't like doing, was dropping, right? You don't want people to see your drops, you don't want to actually have to drop. Failures, right. And so we build it into the learning process. It's not a bad thing that you try to hide. You can't avoid it. It's juggling, it's visible, it's tangible. But actually pay attention to what's happening, make the adjustments that you need to, try it again. Did it work better? Did it work worse that time? And so that same process can be applied to all sorts of things that aren't tangible, that we often keep in our head. We don't want people to see, we don't want to talk about.
Yeah, and that failure aversion, like nobody wants to fail. It doesn't feel good to fail, but you don't fail doing things you already know how to do. You fail learning the next thing. And that's why it's the next thing, because you're failing doing it. And once you can accomplish that, then you're not failing at that anymore. You need to find a new place to grow, to push yourself. Or if you're holding, you know, if you're kind of, I don't fail, I don't do that, then you're stagnant and you don't have that growth mindset that Dawn mentioned.
So then,
and getting more comfortable with discomfort.
Yeah. So you take stuff like this.
Yeah.
And just.
Yeah, well, I'd like to show you actually. So this is a great example. So
you take one.
When we work with juggling, you know, juggling is one of these things that people come to with a lot of preconceptions. This is hard, I can't do it, I'm not coordinated. There's a lot of narrative there, which really is just sort of counterproductive. It inhibits the learning. So we invented a flop ball. So this is a flat ball, and use it on the back of your hand. And so it takes a very simple experience and just kind of flips it over, you know, literally on the back of your hand. And what you do is you start to explore tossing and catching on the back of your hand. And it doesn't have to be big or high, just a small little throw.
I failed.
I know, I'll forget it, get out of here. No more love and life for you. No, so even something as simple as this, you can start to really pay attention to. What does it take to flip it back just right, just once? Or flip it forward. You know, that's kind of a tricky one.
I almost had it.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, all right. And so from there
then you have the high five moment.
Okay.
That you've achieved it, you feel good, you want to share it.
So you can start to like really, you learn one very simple thing and then you work on something else and you can kind of build up to harder stuff. And then if you're bored in a meeting, you can always use elbow rest.
Yeah.
But
so all of us are in a group together, learning together.
Yeah. Playing.
And then you can do fun stuff too. We have all sorts of different activities where you're passing to a partner.
Right.
And you can do all sorts of different patterns and stuff with that.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is
Right.
so cool.
You can do it sitting, you can do it standing. And a really nice thing about this, especially in contrast to juggling, is this is very accessible, right?
Right.
You don't want to give somebody like, hey, we're going to learn how to juggle. You know, there's just too much, you know, clouding that. You give someone a beanbag, they can hold it. Even from here, it also shows that we can be mindful of at any stage. It's not what I can't do, it's what can I do. Like, what does it feel like to hold it?
Right.
And I think one of the neatest experiences is to hold it and throw it up and catch it without ever letting go of it.
Wow.
So you're building a sensitivity to that experience of throwing and catching without ever letting go.
Wow.
And there's an amazing experience that you can enjoy there.
And from your life as a chiropractor, you probably know people spend a lot of times in their heads and disregard what's happening in their bodies.
Right.
And this is just a simple tool to reconnect, to take a break from the computer, stand up, do something that's just like, oh yeah, my body, I got to pay attention to that. And then sit back down and get back to work. And oh, now I'm going to have better posture because of it.
Now, I know somebody's watching this and thinking, my boss needs to see this. Send them to the YouTube channel if you've already seen this. Or check these guys out at their website right here. I'm telling you, I think you could have fun at work.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with me. You guys are awesome.
Thanks for
Thanks
having
for
us.
playing.
Don't change the channel. We'll be right back.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications, with spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
Hey, welcome back. I'm so excited today because I have a very, very special guest. It's actually my nephew who practices in Bellevue, Washington. His name is Dr. Michael Weir. Mike, thanks for being with me, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
So, we've known each other for quite a while.
Yeah, 37 years?
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not even, well, I guess
Yeah.
I'm not even that old.
38.
Yeah, 38.
Yeah.
So here we are, coming out of really a family of chiropractors.
Yeah. Yeah. As you know, my dad was a chiropractor. You guys went to school together.
Yeah.
My uncle, your brother, also a chiropractor. So yeah, it's lineage.
Yeah. And what got all of us in chiropractic is your granddad suffered tremendously with multiple sclerosis, and actually at the end point was in a wheelchair. Went to Mayo Brothers Clinic. They told him, you know, there's nothing that we can do. They gave up on him, and instead of giving up, he went to a chiropractor and got out of the wheelchair and lived another 32 years.
Boom.
So that's how we all got into it.
Absolutely.
Now, here you are, that many years later. You've graduated from chiropractic college. You've been in practice for 12 years.
Yep.
And now you're in practice in Bellevue, Washington.
Absolutely.
And basically, here you are helping people who have been in car accidents.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. You know, Grandpa's story is so amazing. And my story started on day one of my life. I got an adjustment from my dad, and it cured a condition that I had when I was born. And I remember when I was about 4 years old, he came home from work one day and he said, you know, I got to do all this amazing stuff. I had a patient crawl in the door and they walked out skipping. I remember at 4 years old thinking, that's what I want to do.
Wow.
And I think we all have those moments when we're young of, oh, that would be fun to do. And I actually get to do that. So that's what I get to do every single day, is I get to help people who are suffering and in a lot of pain because they've been in car accidents. And that's what I specialize in, is helping those people get out of pain and to love life again.
So let's talk about that, because, you know, a lot of people think, well, people who've been in car accidents, they really don't get hurt.
Oh man, that's just not true. just not true. Just all the evidence now is showing that you don't even have to be in a very bad accident to get hurt. Let alone if you are in a bad one. Boy, these injuries can really change your life, and they can really create a lot of damage, sometimes even irreversible damage. And really, as chiropractors, that's what we get to help, and that's what we're so good at helping, because the problem is in the bones and the nerves, and that's what we do. We're doctors of bones and nerves.
So you've kind of taken it beyond just the chiropractic, and you've specialized now in car accident injury type stuff.
Absolutely. You know, they teach us the basics, just as with anything, the basics of being a chiropractor when we're in school. But it's really when we get out that we start to specialize and to start to focus in on that one good thing that we really enjoy. And I learned really early on in my practice and in my career that those are the ones I loved. I loved seeing somebody walk in and not be able to move. And then, you know, as I'm working with them, they get to really, you know, feel great again and get to do the things that they love to do, play with their grandchildren or you know, hike or whatever it is. So I decided, yeah, I want to go in and go full force into learning more about this stuff of treating car accidents. That's what I did.
Because here, for example, here's somebody who's been hit from behind.
Yeah.
Whether if their head is turned, if they're looking up at the mirror, all of those little things make a total difference in how they get injured.
Absolutely, and not only how they're injured, but then how we treat them. So if you don't know these little subtleties of how they're injured and what that means to their injury, really we can't help them to the greatest degree. So yeah, absolutely.
So to you, this is a passion?
Without question.
Yeah.
Without question. Yeah. You know, sometimes when you have a hard week, you go, oh man, that was a rough week. And then I go, what else would I want to do?
Yeah.
I go, I wouldn't want to do anything else. I love this. Wow. And I get energized again. So
How cool is
passion.
that?
It's very cool.
So listen, Bellevue, Washington, if you're watching this is the guy to go to. We're going to put his website right here. If you want to talk to him, do that. Michael, you're awesome, man.
Thank you. You are too.
Spend some time on my website. That's drtimweir.com. It's just there's some information on there. It leads you to other places. It talks about my clinic a little bit and all that kind of stuff. Go on Facebook, Loving Life with Dr. Weir. Look us up there. Get involved with your life. Get going. Get passionate once again. I'm telling you, life is too short not to be passionate about it. Keep loving life.
He's not going to you actually look like this. Where we go, catch, you follow through, nice and gentle, you relax. Don't worry about the catches. I'm worried. Nice shirt. I feel like I'm playing tuba.
Okay, here we go. You ready? Throw up. I'm literally going to throw up. Okay, here we go.
Oh, that's pretty good. Here you go. Okay, all right. That's something. Yeah, all right. Okay, cool. Ah, that was so close. All right.
Did you see that? Watch that.